Now, we did have Gale Force completely call out Roni early when I was playing Lightning Pirate. So that might be a little bit of beef if that's how this goes out. If that's how this winds up. Yeah, just going to sync up the streams a little bit. But both players seemingly on all right boost patterns. Roni taking a bit of a bounce there, which is going to cost a small amount of time. This track has a really complicated optimal boost pattern that we still don't fully get, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, it's... I don't know, it's really weird, but there's so many weird variables that go into this one.
Yeah. It's also an interesting one. A lot of players will instinctively tilt their pod when they go down that long hill.
There is a random death spot there at the bottom.
Yes. However, if you tilt your pod going down that, you receive a smaller speed boost than you normally would for when you're going downhill. It actually can add up on this track just because it's such a long slope. Now, Roni manages heat a little better going through there. He's not going to underheat on this market section. Lightning Pirate is. And Lightning Pirate with the death. Oof. That is not something you see super often on this course anymore.
No. And one death on this course is generally enough to throw it.
Yeah.
So Lightning really needs a death from Roni at this point in order to win this.
Yeah, it's not out of the picture. Roni tends to drive fairly aggressively.
Yeah, this is true. And then he gets frustrated for it.
Yes. So it's entirely in the realm of possibility to explode on this track. Now, when I say underheating, since that is one of our more common questions, it just means you aren't... you're cooled down too much after boosting. Whenever you boost, your engines heat up to the point where they eventually catch fire. When you're not boosting, your engines continuously cool down. Underheating is sitting at 0 heat for too long and just wasting time where you could be either boosting or cooling down. It hurts your average speed a lot, and you wind up losing about 0.4 of a second for every second you're underheating when you play bad.
Yeah.
We're going to be saying underheating a lot in this match, so get used to it. It's a 1:15 lap 2 for Roni. That is really solid. Same for Lightning Pirate, actually. It's kind of surprising.
Hopefully we can get the game audio up a little bit louder.
Yeah, I already bumped it by 50%. Now let's see. Oh, and there's that death we were talking about.
Well, this is anyone's game again.
Yeah, it is still a bit of a lead for Roni. Lightning Pirate going super light on heat, and Roni going interesting on his makeup boost pattern that did seem to time out very well.
I wonder if Lightning was going low on heat just in case of the bulldozer. No, but
Maybe.
Lightning died earlier, so that wouldn't even be a concern anyway.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm not sure how aware he is. Let's just bump it a lot. I'm not totally sure how aware he is of the dozer's patterns. Because it can feel very random. I just bumped the game audio.
It is on a set cycle.
It is.
Yeah, Roni has this one. Lightning coming in at very low heat.
That's a 3.49 and a 3.52. Not fantastic times for either of them. Both solid with the death, though.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll see where we're going. Well, and what all the bands are.
Yeah, I'll bump.
Lightning immediately taking out Vengeance.
That's no surprise. Roni is a very strong player there. And Baruch host from Roni. That's interesting. It's a decent track for Lightning. So it's a fine one to pick, but... Ando Prime Centrum. Alright. Roni has been on tournament record paces there multiple times, so I kind of get it.
Yeah.
And he's on that same thought process. And Adobe Mountain Run has been banned. Oh, Gale, Lightning is saying Ando Prime Centrum record is entirely in US now.
Yup.
You know you have to.
Alright,
so Vengeance, Baru Coast, Ando Prime Centrum, and Adobe Mountain Run have all been banned.
let's see what we have for temp bans and picks. So just to recap, after race 1, both players ban 2 tracks that cannot be played for the rest of the match. And after each race, the loser bans 1 pod, the winner bans 1 track, and then the loser picks the track.
So it does lead to pretty fair distributions on map picks.
Yeah.
But it can be a little tricky it also has led to a lot of depth in track selection itself.
Uh-huh.
Mars Guo ban, so he just wants the bend mirror.
Probably. Depends on where we go.
If he does no Mars and then says Fire Mountain Rally, I'm going to be really angry.
He could do no Mars and then take Abyss. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Temp
ban FMR. Ronnie's on the same thought process as me across the board.
Oh, that's good.
And before anyone asks, no, I did not help him prep. Grabvine Gateway. So he was on that train. You know Lightning was thinking it.
This will be interesting.
Well, Unexplained Liquid. The problem is, he is an admin.
It's all part of the conspiracy, man.
All right, both players have given us the ready if we want to count them down. Ugh. So this track, oh god, Ronnie doesn't have a time. Ronnie doesn't have a Grabvine time.
I think he did recently reinstall the game or something.
Oh, okay. I was really afraid that was just a no time. Because that's not something you expect at this point in the tournament.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Just the other day I was helping Roni with this track.
Okay.
For his first time. This will be interesting.
So we're just going to sync up the streams a little bit. Now, this course has a very strong argument for the hardest track in the game.
It does. Oh, did we both sync that? No.
Yeah, we did. What did you put in for the sync?
I put in 3.5.
Okay.
All right, let's
he might have.
then.
We got it. It's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nope. Okay, I will resync that. Oh, I got the syncing info.
Okay. I'm used to doing it. Anyway, this track has a very strong argument for hardest course in the game. It has 2 incredibly difficult segments in the canyons and the swamp. The canyons being that dusty area they already made it through, and the swamp being what LightningPirate is about to go into. I call where he is right now the jungle.
Did Roni die somewhere while we were messing with syncing?
So. Oh, we died again?
Died again.
Yeah. Alright, so Lightning taking a somewhat safe approach through the swamp. He was going pretty wide on each turn. It was still decent. Not dying is fast.
Roni also does pretty well through the swamp.
Yep. Once you practice it, the swamp is actually not the most punishing part of the course. Like, once you practice it, it is a relatively simple rhythm to get down. That's a 135 from Lightning. That's not too bad for a tournament setting. In IL grinding, you're looking at what, like 128, 127s, 128s?
Yeah, 127 is a really fast time. World record pace is around to 126, 125 if you're
Dear God.
insane.
So if
We're
you're
trying to push a 125.
That was a fantastic shortcut from Lightning.
Yes, it was.
So making the turn onto that shortcut is incredibly difficult just because of how sudden it is. Like, you're going past a 90-degree turn to get into it. And Roni with a little bit of a bump on it, so he lost some time over Lightning there.
But still, that was very good because he only learned to do that shortcut like just a couple days ago.
Oh, good.
And the swamp.
Yeah.
So Roni is doing extremely well. It's just
a hard track.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing better than I would here. And Lightning dropped to like mid 200s in the swamp, which is a little slower than you can go, but it is still reasonably safe and pretty quick. In general, you're going to be aiming for a little over 300 for your speed, for your lowest speed in swamp. 131. Okay.
That is a very fast lap.
Yeah. Again, for a tournament setting when we're not going for the crazy ones. Yes, Asder, I did lose last round. But this has been a very, very strong grab bind for Lightning. And again, for Roni, this is really good for being relatively new to the track.
I think Roni is going to get a sub 5.
Yeah. I don't think he's... no, he is on that pace. He would have to die 3 times this lap to not get it. But let's see how Lightning does through the jungle and the swamps. And oh, Roni getting pulled into the wall a bit. Yeah, losing a lot of speed there.
But he didn't die, and it set him up pretty well for the shortcut, so...
Yeah. Occasionally when you hit a wall, it just basically sets your speed to 0. And I don't fully get why it does that, because typically when your speed drops that much, it's supposed to kill you.
Yeah, it's really weird. It would be really nice if you could get it consistent. Then you wouldn't need brakes anymore.
Yeah. So this is...
Lightning is looking very fast here.
Yeah. Roni got a
Last time I think he got a
Lightning got a 4:37.86.
I don't know. I don't think Roni's gonna get that sub 5.
No, he got a... He is not
His
going
lap
to.
1 was too slow.
Yeah. Sure thing, Gale. Oh, Roni with another death right at the end. It looks like he's playing in, yeah, it looks like he's playing in 60 FPS, which is not advisable for that track. You want to be playing that track in 30 or 24 just for durability on the inevitable wall scrapes.
Oh no, I always play it on 60.
You always
play
on
everything
60.
on 60. The big advantage on 60 with that track is that, you know, you get twice as many frames to see, which helps with your reaction a little bit. Which is really important on that track.
Yeah.
Roni taking out Betos?
Not Beto. Not Beto's Wild Ride. Aldar Beto.
Oh.
He's banning Aldar Beto.
He's banning Aldar Beto. Thanks.
So where are we going, boys?
Oh no!
What?
That's the first time Beto has been banned.
Is it?
Yep. Sorry, Zalasalar.
No!
His time has come.
Is there anyone else who has yet to be banned?
Nope, that's it.
Every pod has been banned, including Sai Yunga and Jin Riso.
Yup. I'm gonna have to start banning modded pods.
No.
Or maybe I'll start banning pods from Racer Revenge.
Yeah, ban Darth Maul.
Mm-hmm. Totally reasonable for Darth Maul to have a pod racer.
Yeah.
MGS has been taken out.
Gauntlet is the pick.
Ooh.
So this is a very fun track. It is my favorite in the game, as I say every time. I'm just not good at it, so I don't pick it in tournament very much. All right, so if we're going to Gauntlet, it's going to be a bend mirror.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think either one goes for bull jump?
I don't know. Roni might.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know how much he's practiced this.
I don't
track.
either. I know he's practiced some, at least.
He's going to the R60.
Okay. So he's probably on 60 FPS.
He is.
510 is his PB.
Okay. That's not bad, actually.
No, that's pretty good. I didn't see lightnings.
I did not either. But both players are ready.
Okie doke.
And Roni opting for a full grid.
Nice.
He's got a full grid.
Once I did Executioner with a full grid, it was fine.
Alright, that is a very interesting grid. And I'd like to remind you, you can finish every track without boosting. You can win every race without boosting. So playing against a full grid, that is basically the only way to make it remotely interesting. But looks like they're off. Reasonable out of the gate from both. I think that traction downgrade means Ronnie's going to go for the crazier boost here. Oh, Lightning with the early death. Ronnie's going for the boost, and he makes it. What did Ronnie die to? Or what did Lightning die to?
He hit a wall in a weird place.
Huh, okay. Usually you see those deaths on the long boost.
Yeah. I mean, it was such a weird death. Usually you only see those kinds of deaths when you're getting nervous.
Ooh, I think Lightning might be a little uncomfortable on this track.
I think so too.
Very nice early track from Ronnie, though. He went with a slightly unorthodox jumping line. And he lost his boost there, and he's going for your thing and not getting it. Oh, and he dies on the soft hairpin.
That's interesting.
I haven't seen that in a while.
Ronnie still has a very significant lead.
Yeah. I mean, Lightning had 2 deaths. Ronnie's died once. No bowl jump. Let's see if he makes the turn into the bowl. He does make the tunnel. Very solid boost timings from Ronnie so far. This track is actually pretty hard to optimize those for. It's because it's so easy to underheat in a lot of areas.
Ronnie is really underheated right now. He should be at max heat here.
Yeah. So he's gonna have to go for a bit of 2 boost if he wants to go big, but he's not.
Which is really dangerous.
Oh, that was so lucky.
Wow, he survived. He's using the spinning trick, and it did not work out for him.
No, it's not a good enough trick.
I guess not. It only works for Dwight.
Yeah. I still have no idea how he's that good. A 154 lap 1, that is not exactly great. And a 157 for Lightning, he evened up a lot.
I think Dwight's secret is that because he never slides, he can just focus on racing clean.
Yeah.
Which is a valid strategy.
Whoa,
Ronnie getting a nice double.
What is that line from Lightning? He went wide around that big rock.
Did he hold the boost the whole way?
I think.
As I've considered trying that line before.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
It's really interesting. Well, he's got
I
points
don't
for
think
creativity.
it's faster.
It might be. It's really hard to say.
Yeah. Alright, but this is still a significant lead for Roni. He's ahead by basically this entire hill. So that's about 3 seconds. Yeah, about 3 seconds. Maybe a little more. That's a pretty substantial lead here. It is still in the 1 death territory, so we have to see how they do on the tunnels. This is a much better heat level for Roni.
Yeah, he did not feel comfortable with the taking the turn while boosting.
No, I don't blame him for that in tournament.
Uh-huh.
Clean tunnel for Roni.
Are they both spinning? No.
Yes,
a little bit.
They're both spinning some.
142 is a fast lap.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And this is a 143.6 for Lightning, so it's a 4-second lead for Roni. And like we said, this is not one of Lightning's tracks. He is not super practiced here. It also looks like he's on R600. Just because he didn't...
The double jump.
Look at this line from Lightning.
Interesting.
I don't think it's faster.
I really don't know. I'd have to test it.
Yeah.
It does use more boost.
Yeah, Mike, a lot of our newer players tend to go really crazy on our tube strats.
Uh-huh.
But I like spinning a lot. Oh, that was so close for Lightning. He almost died on the soft hairpin. But now he's much more behind Roni. I really do think that was a slower line. Let's see if Roni goes for the turn while boosting this time. Nope. Oh, he's going super safe on that boost. He's tunnel... Oh, he's not tunnel boosting. I'm disappointed.
5:18. 5:18.
New lap record for both players in this race.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Very nice race for both of them. Takes it up to a 2-1 lead for Roni. So I do think Lightning's going to look at Abyss.
He might.
The bullseye ban. This is exactly how he did that on. This is exactly what he did on Abyss against me. What's he gonna do?
It's always fun to see Abyss.
Yeah. I am once I come back to actively playing, I'm probably gonna learn it. Yep, he did the Abyss.
Sweet. Inferno was banned, by the way.
Yeah. It is the Abyss pick. And yep, Ace, you got back just in time to see the worst built map in the game.
Woo!
I don't think there's much of an argument for any other track for the worst constructed one.
No bullseye. What pod would you use?
Ben?
I would use Mars.
I just like Ben at this point.
Uh-huh. Well, no, that's not true. I would use Ben.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, I would have used Mars. Mars is the safe pick.
Before this tournament, Mars would have been my backup pick. Now, though, it's going to be Ben. Both players have given us the ready. It's okay. Abyss is really badly programmed. It is on a level with Inferno.
This track is so brutal. I kind of love it though because modern like any racing game since has not been brave enough to have a track that's this punishing.
Yeah. Okay, Roni did go with Mars on R600, so he's not drifting.
I like the Mars pick here, because it's super easy to climb back up with him. Oh, he was trying to go for the lap skip there, but it didn't
Just
work
to
out.
showcase a little bit. Now, there is a lap skip on this course. It is not allowed for tournament. All right, and Lightning opting with Ben and playing it relatively safe, which I 100% agree with. Let it off there, yep.
Roni
Nice.
looks a little uncomfortable.
I mean, is anyone ever really comfortable on Vengeance?
He's slowing down for this turn. That's unusual.
Yeah, is anyone ever really comfortable on Abyss?
Whoa, maybe
whoa,
Mikey?
Roni, that was...
No, I don't think Mikey is either.
Yeah, no. You want to sink it?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And Lightning with a very clean first half of lap 1. See how he does on this soft turn. Makes it. And yeah, that is a 51.46 lap 1. That's not half bad. And it's much slower for Roni. Yeah. The problem with Mars is you have to boost a lot more aggressively to make up for what Ben can do here. Which kind of takes away the safety of picking Mars. So what you wind up doing is, sure, you're safer on making the turns without falling down, but you're so much slower if you're not boosting hyper aggressively.
Yeah.
And it does also make things like the slot boost so much harder. Not slot boost, but the slot shortcut itself.
Yeah. And Mars's really long boost doesn't play out here because you'll never get high heat on this track.
Yeah. That was a sub 49 lap for Lightning.
Nice.
And a 56 for Roni. He's like 10 seconds behind. Oh, and he falls.
See if you can
Does
get
he
back
make the climb?
He's
No,
too
not
aggressive
there.
with it.
Oh.
I've done that before.
He got back up, and then fell right back down. And he does not make the climb.
Shoot.
That's going to put it away. Oh, and he drives right through the barrier, because Ordabana is well made.
Yes, it is. 2:30, that is a fast time.
Right to the barrier again.
That is a very nice time.
Yeah. Oh, I feel bad for Roni.
Well, we are tied up 2-2.
Yep.
Is this going to be another 5-4 match?
And Roni has a habit of that. Alright. But let's wait on Roni to make it through. Oh, takes the out-of-bounds finish because he can.
Woo!
I mean, out-of-bounds finish is just fun.
Yeah.
He's banning Bozzy because Abyss was whack, in his words. How many times has Bozzy been banned now? Like 9?
A lot. It's kind of weird.
I did it as a meme in the first match.
Yeah. Lightning again taking out MGS. Which Roni is really strong there.
Yeah. Ace, it was... never mind, you got it. I lost track of my phone. Oh well.
I can call it for you. Okay, I can't call it for you.
No.
It would be weird if I could.
Yeah. All right. So, where do we go from here? Vengeance is blanket bans. How is Roni on Executioner?
He is really strong on Executioner.
I feel like that's probably coming out. Roni is just going to restart his game real quick. There's some performance issues. But I could see an Executioner coming out, even though Lightning is pretty strong here in his own right. Yes, Vengeance was permabanned for the set.
Yeah, the permabans were Vengeance, Brew Coast, Endo-B Mountain Round, and Endo Prime Centrum.
Yeah. Sorry, headphone users, that was kind of loud. And Ronnie's got to go do this really quick because he gets that bug where you can't actually select your other tracks.
Doesn't that bug only exist on the original version of the game?
No, I've gotten it on Steam a couple times.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's more common on the original. But I've gotten it, I think, twice on Steam, just in casual play. The way you fix it is just complete a track in tournament mode. So we get to we get to be treated to Ronnie making the exact same mistake back to back. All right, does he still sub 55?
Maybe Lightning should have picked MGS.
Yeah, we're going to Boonta training course.
Well, that's pretty close.
Yeah. So this is the track I get to be judgmental on.
Ooh.
I've got a 136. I get to
I
judge.
have a 136.
Yeah. Really? All right. There aren't that many of us.
No, there aren't. Maybe it's. I don't remember what I have.
I don't know. I didn't see only.
No, you
if
only
you have
damage.
if you have every track done, you don't damage your parts anymore. All right, but we're going on to Boonta training course. All right, so it looks like both are doing Sebulba strats. Yeah, both are doing Sebulba strats. No surprise. Also, since this track is so short, don't bother syncing it.
No, I can sync it quick.
Okay.
It's
Meanwhile, Ronnie's just driving in circles. Then going backwards. So I have no idea what to expect from either of these players here. I do know Lightning permabanned this track against me. But let's see. Coming up the hill, this is itself already a slightly tricky boost. Lightning does not hold it. It's really hard to hold this boost across the top of the hill. Ronnie does, but he goes very wide. So you can already see this is going to be at best a low 32 lap for Lightning, and Ronnie can still get a mid to high 31, probably on the high end. That boost is not super tricky to hold, especially if you go wide. Going out here, Ronnie holds the low boost, Lightning hits a rock. So this is actually potentially a high 31, low 32 for Ronnie. Yep, 32-2 and 32-30 for Lightning. I don't know how he managed that.
And they're both on the same heat.
Yeah, I don't know how. Ooh, Lightning holds the boost, Ronnie does not. But Lightning loses that boost earlier because he didn't wait quite as long on his previous one. So Ronnie's going a little smoother on his boost timings, but he goes super wide there. So overall, pretty even, except for... Oh, no, pretty even. Because neither one could hold a boost through the rock field.
They are so close.
Yep, it is a 0.4 of a second lead for Lightning.
But he's on much higher heat.
Yeah.
And Ronnie did hold the boost that time.
Yep. Again, each of these boosts on this track is deceptively hard to hold. Just because there are a lot of weird little bumps in the terrain. Let's see how it comes. It's going to come down to the rock field. Ronnie with the much better one, and Lightning dies. That's a heartbreaker.
And that death is unpredictable.
Yeah, he hit one of the
Shoot.
small rocks.
Sometimes it kills you, sometimes it doesn't. Man. Darn it, I really wanted to know who was ahead.
Yeah, I know.
Lightning says he doesn't want to talk about this one.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Well, Ace, you can actually go over that without losing boost or dying. It is completely unpredictable for which of the three outcomes you get. Because I've gone over that rock and not lost my boost multiple times. Alright, so Lightning is banning Ben. And Fire Mountain Rally from Roni. Okay. He really doesn't want to be on more Barunda.
Punta Classic.
Here we go. So we're going from one of the easiest tracks in the game to one of the hardest. And they're on the same planet.
I'm expecting a bullseye mirror.
Probably. Like,
I
we're
mean,
not going
it
to see
could go
bowls.
Mars, but
We're not going to see bowls. These guys aren't that crazy. A bullseye mirror would be the main expectation.
they should do a sandwich mirror.
No, I don't want to be reminded of that. See, Panda, it wasn't pod racing before you made that joke, but now this is pod racing. Asder, it's when both players play the pod one sand edge. We just call him Sandwich Boy.
And when you have a sandwich mirror, it's an actual sandwich.
Yeah, there you go. Alright, but yeah, we're getting the bullseye mirror. So, Bullseye is one of the faster pods here. Ben does have him beat at the best possible level. But in a tournament setting, Bullseye is by far the safer pick. This is, however, a very difficult track. It is right up there with Fire Mountain Rally and Grabvine Gateway. Oh, Roni going super tight on that turn, oversteering a lot.
However, this track likes to kill you more than any other track in the game.
Yeah.
There's so many places to die.
Yeah. And I've had multiple times going through this canyon where I basically just have to say, Jesus, take the wheel, and hope I don't explode.
Lightning has a really strong
Oh, Roni just goes straight into that pillar.
It's an even stronger lead now.
I mean, this does feel like a matchup where both players specialize pretty heavily on tracks. They both specialize pretty heavily on tracks, so we're going to be seeing a lot of this, where it's just one-sided race, one-sided race.
Pretty much.
And yeah, Lightning is driving very confidently here. Bit of an engine fire, first one we've seen in this match. And he's opting to take the lower route here, which is kind of interesting to see. You don't run into that too often. I'm used to seeing people on, yeah, like Roni's on this right side at the moment.
Yeah. And then sometimes I'll switch to the left, sometimes middle.
Yeah.
Oh no, hard to say.
But this is a lot of underheating from Roni when you don't really have to underheat on Bullseye in here. Like, here you underheat some, but you wind up... But this is a lot of low heat, basically. 149 from Lightning, and another death from Roni. Not totally sure how he managed that one.
He's going to be hard pressed to catch up with the leaders.
Yeah. 2:05. He's down 16 seconds. Alright, but this is a much faster start than last lap for Roni. Didn't drop below 500. He knows he's got to go really hard if he wants any chance of pulling this back. Oh, and that was a little too hard there. He boosted right into the wall.
Apparently my humor is too corny for Gale.
I mean, it was pretty corny. Alright, but yeah, this is a massive lead for Lightning at this point. That death is going to put a dent in it, but he's still 2 deaths ahead, plus a lot of clean driving. Like, he got out onto the fire field at 3:04. Ronnie's not going to be out there until 3:24. Actually, no, about 3:20-ish. Say 3:22. So it is an 18-second lead for Lightning. Ben was banned. But coming through here, Ronnie is seemingly like almost better at this back half in a lot of ways. It's just his heat management is not great, but he's handling himself well. Ace, if you have an emote for Terrified, that would be much better for what Ben is on this course. Let's see how Lightning does here. Clean on the jump, a little bit of a bounce, nothing to worry about. And then through the chicane made of hairpins, he's good. Yeah, the Rats to Rail face from the movie.
I should make that.
Please do. We need that on the server. And it really matches what you did to his pod in the mod.
Oh, yes, it does.
Right, let's see how Lightning does coming across here. Heat management looks good, and Ronnie falls down. You don't see that too often at this level.
I can't believe, though, that the film makes a point of showing Rat's family in the film.
I know.
Like, so cruel.
And Ronnie just does not look comfortable on this course. Lightning is looking very confident, but Ronnie is just all over the place. I mean, you're basically a pixel and a millisecond from death at all times when you play this game. It is brutally hard and fast as all hell, and I love it. Lightning again with the weird lines. You do have to give them points for creativity. And I am really glad I didn't take him here on my match.
Yeah, Lightning is looking really solid. You mean, he had a couple of deaths, didn't he? And he's still coming in with
535. Yeah, 535. And Ronnie's behind by the entire canyon.
Yeah, no biggie. This is about how far I think he was on Abyss.
You were full robot there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Am
All I got
better
was
now?
Abyss. Yeah. All I heard was Abyss.
I said that this is about the same lead that Lightning had on Abyss.
Yeah. Well, Gale, we have seen we've seen bigger gaps on this track, but these are two pretty evenly matched players otherwise, so you don't expect a gap like that.
3-3. If this keeps up, Ronnie's going to win.
Yeah.
Lightning has to break serve.
Yeah. I'm expecting Ronnie to take us to death rows.
So Sebulba has been banned.
Alright. Yes, Gale. Vengeance was banned as a blanket.
MG taken out again.
Malistaire 100.
Yes! Ronnie is really strong here.
Damn, now I wish I'd gotten to play him, because that would have been a fun track for us to do.
Vengeance will have its vengeance.
It'll get picked again. Just not today. And that course is a little bit brutal. But Malistaire 100, This track has what we call the hairpin. There are other hairpins, but this is the hairpin. You cannot make this hairpin on higher traction. You cannot make this hairpin on higher frame rate. I was about to say, there's no way you're playing Bullseye here, right? Okay. Is he on? Looks like he's going with the 24 FPS R100 approach. And Lightning is going with the same? He might be going 60 FPS R100, in which case he's going to have a lot of trouble. Both players have given the ready. We're going into it any second. So, I've spent an unhealthy amount of time grinding this track in the last few days. Like, I took my PB from a... You cannot go backwards.
No,
I took my PB from a 152 to a 146 in the last week.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to touch this track again. But these are some interesting traction setup options. Your frame rate does affect your traction, which affects primarily, at this kind of play, how effective your sliding is. So it's how effectively you can drift through corners. But it looks like Lightning is off and taking first corner a little wide. But in general, okay. Alright, that pause is just a little bit of a sync up. And both players taking things a little bit cautiously. The big interesting part of this is going to be how well they each handle the hairpins, and Roni's on really low heat. They both are. Roni goes wide,
Beautiful
exit 611. Yep, and Lightning bounced a little bit. He lost some time. Yeah, it's a 2-second lead after one lap for Roni. Yeah, Roni's on a very interesting boost pattern that I'm not entirely certain I agree with.
Every boost pattern here is interesting.
Yeah. And his exit speed on hairpin was 610 lap 1. And Lightning's was about 490. So that's where a lot of that margin came in.
Lightning is not far behind, though.
630 exit speed for Roni and low 5s for Lightning. That's big.
So lap 2 was almost tied, but Roni has a large lead from lap 1.
Yes. It's going to basically take a death for Roni. And let's see what happens here. Coming down to the hairpin. This is make or break for Roni. If he makes this, he's got a big lead. Oh, there it goes.
He started the turn late.
And Lightning makes it through. Lightning broke serve.
Ooh. Roni thinks he just threw the match.
That was a big, big break for Lightning.
Ooh. That is a big upset. Gale, you might be right. You might be facing the winner of Lightning and don't remember who.
Me.
Oh yeah, you. Lightning says he doesn't want to race Gale.
All right, so I'm expecting it's either going to be Death Row's Revenge or a Soul back.
A salty run back would be interesting. That's probably what I would do if I were Roni.
It's exactly what I did do when I was in Roni's position. He's banning dud bolts. Are we actually? Is he actually doing the run back?
Dud bolt is Roni says he doesn't like Dud bolt's track design. Not sure what that means. Oh no, we don't get the salty run back.
Run. God damn it, Hat. Yes, it is a best of 9, Bacon. A win by 2 ruling would be kind of interesting, but that is not how we set it up for this.
Let me look at the bracket quick.
Yes, winners, finals, and winners, losers, and grand finals will all be best of 13.
So if I'm not mistaken, the winner of this race, well, the loser will take 7th place in the tournament, and the winner will be guaranteed 5th or better.
Yes.
Out of 16.
Now, both players have given us the ready, and we're going to get a Ben Quadraneros mirror on Scrapper's Run. This is another one that kind of has the turn that decides the track.
I agree, Gail. We should use Dennis rules.
Yeah, I really don't know about the lack of Death Row's pick from Roni. I didn't even notice that split was there. What the hell?
Oh yeah, it's there.
Okay. Shows how little I've practiced this track. Apple, you can pick once per match. You can pick one map that you've lost on. So you can run back one time on a track that you lost. Pretty good sync. All right, but we're coming out of the gate, and let's see. Neither one drives right through a guardrail for once. And Roni has a slight lead going through what Ace has called the speedy tube, and it kind of stuck.
I think the reason it stuck is mostly your fault.
Yes, I know. I liked the name. But Roni with a slightly cleaner first half, but they are pretty close. Oh, that is wide. Still a slight lead for Roni, but nothing that can't be made up. 39.67 and 39.90, so that is less than a third of a second. Oh, and Lightning. I don't know. Regardless, Lightning died.
This is true.
And Roni touches the death wall and lives. Yeah, and Lightning touches the death wall and dies. That was likely enough to do it. Roni's got to die twice. And he's really good here.
Ace thinks we're going to Inferno on game 9.
I wouldn't be surprised. If FMR's up, I think he might take that, though.
Well, it hasn't been so far.
Yeah. All right, and Roni, again, he's touched the death wall all 3 laps. That wall's got some very strange collision. It can pretty often just decide to kill you if you touch it for a frame. It is infuriating. But it's looking like a pretty solid finish for Roni. Yeah, 155.
Nice.
Yeah, that is not half bad.
He's only a couple seconds off the world record, I believe.
No, record's up 149.
Oh, is it? I don't remember these things.
Yeah, Ace got it, I think, yesterday.
Oh, really? I missed that, apparently.
At least that was when I saw the video. So. All right, but we're going to a game 9. We have not had that many of these. Cobalt has a lower 49. All right, thanks, Ace. Because of course Cobalt does. All right, so what's the pod ban from Lightning? Oh, that sounds like your phone going off.
It is my phone going off.
All right, so I would not be surprised to see that Inferno pick. Lightning bans Team Toe because he's bad. And Roni is... Yeah. It's not the ban anyone was expecting. Which means I think we're going to get a Barunda course.
See if Ace is right about Inferno.
I think my call is now going to be Baru Coast.
That would be equally interesting.
I don't think either player is comfortable enough on it to pick Ben on that course. Alright, FMR is off the table. Lightning was... Okay, he called out Lightning was planning FMR.
Astor, how did you come up with that?
That's so bad, and I love it.
That's ridiculous.
That's so bad, and I love that. Are we whipping out the Neva keys?
Ooh.
I doubt it.
That would be pretty awesome, though.
Inferno, good call, Ace.
So I guess Roni is using Neva Key.
Bullseye's up. Yeah, Bullseye is available.
I think Roni will use Neva.
Why?
Because he just brought it up. Also, that one challenge from a few months ago.
Oh, yeah.
And Neva Key is pretty viable here.
Yeah.
Although, a lot of people are really viable here.
And yeah, you've really got 4 pods that can actively compete. 3, because Neva's just worse than Bullseye. And it looks like we're going to get track favorite mirror on Inferno. Yeah, Ben, Bullseye, and Mars are the big 3 here. Alright, getting no traction change coming out from Roni. No.
Here we go. Oh, that's right. Stream's fine.
Yep.
The countdown has been given.
Yes, but this will be a Ben mirror to decide this match. Nacho, go to the corner and think about what you just typed.
Wait, what did he say?
Should Gentleman's Inferno full skips?
I want to do that. Everybody wants to see that, and nobody wants to do it.
No. Everyone does want to see skip stuff, but... Alright, they're off. So this is going to be really interesting to see. This is a difficult course that has multiple long straights for this boost.
Ooh, Roni had to cancel his boost.
Yeah, that was interesting. That was a really nice line from Roni.
Lightning's definitely been practicing this a lot.
Yeah. And Ronnie's good enough at the game that he can probably make some of it just work. Ooh, that was scary.
Ooh, scary.
But that was actually not half bad from Roni. He's a little behind, but it is certainly something that can be made up. Like that was actually a solid lap 1. 52.46 and a 55.52. So it's a 3-second lead for Lightning.
But I mean, that's almost a death. Nobody died. Lightning is on a much faster pace here.
Yeah, he is. Roni with a nice boost there, though. That's good. It is still a significant lead for Lightning, as you said. And barring a death, I don't see Roni pulling that back.
Even with the death, Lightning is fast enough to keep it.
Yeah.
You'd have to die twice.
Well, a death and a major mistake puts it super close.
Yeah.
Oh, Roni lost his boost charge there. 50-second lap. 54. Yeah, that's 7 seconds for Lightning now.
Oh, Roni lost his boost again.
Yeah, this is looking pretty sealed. Well, it's a 3-death margin with how differently they've been playing. Roni almost died there, too.
Yeah, that was scary. Oh, man. I think this is going to be it. Lightning is already 2 deaths ahead. And there's not much track left.
No. And what is left isn't really death-prone, except for this room, which he made it through. Yeah.
Lightning has it.
Lightning has it. That's going to be a 234. Or 233. Wow.
Nice.
All right. That is GG. Oh, man. That was a solid match, though. Was decided by M100 Hairpin.
Yep. It's kind of crazy that a single turn decided the entire match.
That's why we call it the Hairpin. That a 233 Ben on Inferno is so good. Like, damn.
Yep.
Hello, Roni.
Hello.
Hairpins. And hello, Lightning.
Hello.
Roni, you there?
Oh, maybe he's figuring out his phone, probably.
Yeah. His mic is broken, so we're waiting on him to connect on his phone. There we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Again.
Okay, that was weird.
So, how about them hairpins?
Dude, I screwed up bad. I threw that away. Rip.
Is that what got you?
He died in the lap 3 hairpin.
Oh.
He would have had a 49.
No.
Yep, I was on 49 pace because I was playing it safe.
What's your PB there, Roni?
147 something.
All right.
I went
That's
with
really
60
solid.
instead of 20, and now looking back, going with R60 instead of R20 was a mistake. But
Mhm.
with R20, it's so much easier to die in other places.
Yeah, it is. Like,
Yeah.
that
But
is a
losing-
hard track.
Dying on the hairpin costs the most time possible, so it's like that's the one death spot that costs the most time. I think maybe even like in the whole game, unless you die on a skip somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it kind of looks like you lost the match because of that hairpin.
Yeah, because then I had to break serve on his pick, and I knew it was going to be Inferno.
Yeah. I'd like to point out that is the second time in a row Lightning has won due to a misstep on M100 from the other guy.
It's just such an easy track to screw up on.
I know.
That's why I was really not feeling confident going into M100 because I knew that if I lost that, it'd be pretty much over. Because
Mhm.
looking through these tracks, like he took out Vengeance, he took out MGS all the time, and then what else is the other one that he banned?
Endo Prime Centrum.
Yeah, Endo Prime Centrum. And those are literally my strongest tracks. So
Yeah. Well, I have one
Yeah.
other question.
Mhm.
Why no Death Rose pick?
I was practicing it this morning, and I just wasn't feeling it.
Okay.
Fair enough.
That's a valid reason.
Yeah, if I could go back, that's one of the things I would maybe pick Death Rose instead of M100 because I think but you know, hindsight's 20/20 and all that, right?
Yeah.
That Lightning, that boon to training course, that was really interesting because you died at the end of lap 3, which is a real letdown because it was really hard to see who was ahead.
Yeah, you guys were as close to neck and neck as I've seen in the tournament.
Oh, I don't want to talk about that. You're talking about the boot to training course?
Yeah.
That was, I don't want to
that
talk
was
about that.
You almost broke serve there, maybe. I don't know.
That death was glorious, though.
And where you died is a 1 in 3 of lose your boost, nothing happens, or explode.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that back. When he said he got, what was it, 143 or something?
It was,
I don't
it
remember.
was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I've just looked on the spreadsheet and I see that Lightning's Death Rose tournament record is at 234, and so picking picking M100 instead of Death Rose is now the biggest blunder I made in the whole tournament. So,
No, you
oops.
made a, like Ace is saying in chat, you made a hell of a loser's run, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that's why I'm rooting for Nectar now, because the dude's coming back.
Hey, I have to go
He
against
also
Nectar.
Yeah.
Man, if I had won that, it would have been another 5-4. And I was just thinking, man, why am I always like going into the last race? It's always the other guy who picks it, pretty much,
Yeah.
when I'm doing these. But whatever. I actually practiced Inferno this morning because I knew that he would pick that at some point. Because I can't ban all Barunda. If I could, I would.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, you can ban 3 of Barunda.
yeah. Well, I wouldn't even ban 3 of Barunda because I knew that he would just pick like Andobi or something.
Mm-hmm.
So like I practiced Inferno with Ben this morning. I got like a 240, I think it was, and it was like an okay-ish time as long as it wasn't too aggressive. So going into that, I was just really hoping he would crash a lot, but it wasn't to beat.
Nope.
Yeah. It's one thing I've learned from card games. You can never base your strategy around your opponent making a mistake, because that's when they'll play perfectly.
Yeah, that's how I played Abyss as well, but then I fell off and that all fell apart. So
Yeah.
But I mean, it's better to play that way on their pick because at that time I had the serve and I was ahead. So playing it safe on their tracks meant like if he had fallen off on one of the laps on Abyss and I had not fallen off, I would have easily won that, and then I would be 2 up, and that'd
Yeah.
be much harder to come back from. I liked how at the beginning though, like most of the tracks we were just picking like each other's worst tracks.
Yeah.
that gauntlet.
I was like, you know what, I'm picking Gauntlet. I don't care.
Yeah, Lightning, you actually, something on that gauntlet that stuck out to me was your line across the outdoor section was really interesting.
Is it? I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah, the big gray field with the fire jets. You went like super wide around that big pillar.
Oh. The weirdest thing about that is I survived all 3 tunnels, but
Yeah, I
I
know.
crashed into like the other stuff.
And it's kind of like with Vengeance. Once you get solid on the track, the tunnels are an afterthought.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the other stuff like the soft haircut on Vengeance or the early boost on Gauntlet that become the problems.
Mm-hmm.
Because the tunnels are the hardest to learn but easiest to master, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they're so linear.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what lap it was. I think it was the first lap. Might have been the second one on Gauntlet where I screwed up the tunnel. It was really weird because I lost my boost when I went into it somehow, and then was all thrown off, and I died on one of the rocks.
Yeah, you hit a rock and lived, and then
Oh,
hit
yeah.
the last rock.
Yeah, I hit a rock and lived somehow, and I was just like, okay, let's ride this all the way. And then I saw the other rock, and it was too late to twist away, and I was like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, there were a lot of weird interactions in that match.
Mm-hmm.
But we should probably start wrapping it there.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks for playing.
Yeah, again, congrats on the losers run, Ronnie, and Lightning. Good luck dealing with your first massive bracket monster.
Well, I already lost to King Bean. That's how I got in the losers bracket.
Yeah. And now you got to face Gale.
Oh.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
It also means Gale calling out Ronnie was accurate.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
It was a little cocky.
Yeah.
A little bit.
For context there, during Lightning Pirate and Enfro's game, I typed in the Twitch chat that I had to, just telling everybody that I had to play whoever won that game, and then Gale Force said same.
That was the best call out, though.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
congrats to both of you on making it this far, and good luck to Lightning Pirate in the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you
Yep.
to Bean for joining me, and thank you to Chat and Speed Gaming for enabling this to happen. This tournament's been a blast, and we're not even done yet.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, we got a few more rounds left.
will
Speaking of which, there's nothing on the schedule yet, but at a yet to be determined time, I will be going against Nectarn on Thursday.
All right.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
So,
keep an eye open for that.
Next match will begin on Thursday. We'll figure out when.
King
We'll
v
see you all
Nectarn is
there.
gonna be hype.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. All right. Again, thanks everyone for coming out. Thanks to Speed Gaming for enabling this, and we will see you all next time.
Bye.